Okay. This is my inaugural attempt at live streaming. You have to let me know in the comments if you could still watch it later. But yeah, for the sake of some of my longer cooking videos, I'm going to try doing live streaming for that. So I got my cup of coffee. Oh, yeah. It's getting dark outside. And we are still in Revelation. And I'm going to have a look at the great prostitute tonight. Let's get started here in chapter 17. One of the 7 angels who had poured out the 7 bowls came over and spoke to me. "Come with me," he said, "and I will show you the judgment that is going to come on the great prostitute, who rules over many waters. The kings of the world have committed adultery with her, and the people who belong to this world have been made drunk by the wine of her immorality." So the angel took me in the spirit into the wilderness. There I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast that had 7 heads and 10 horns, and blasphemies against God were written all over it. The woman wore purple and scarlet clothing, and beautiful jewelry made of gold and precious gems and pearls. In her hand she held a gold goblet full of obscenities and the impurities of her immorality. A mysterious name was written on her forehead: Babylon the Great, mother of all prostitutes and obscenities in the world. I could see that she was drunk with the blood of God's holy people, who were witnesses for Jesus. I stared at her in complete amazement. "Why are you so amazed?" the angel asked. "I will tell you the mystery of this woman and of the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns on which she sits. The beast you saw was once alive, but isn't now. And yet he will soon come up out of the bottomless pit and go to eternal destruction. And the people who belong to this world, whose names were not written in the book of life before the world was made, will be amazed at the reappearance of this beast who had died." This calls for a mind with understanding. The 7 heads of the beast represent the 7 hills where the woman rules. They also represent 7 kings. 5 kings have already fallen. The 6th now reigns, and the 7th is yet to come. But his reign will be brief. The scarlet beast that was, but is no longer, is the 8th king. He is like the other 7, and he too is headed for destruction. The 10 horns of the beast and the 10 kings who have not yet risen to power, they will be appointed to their kingdoms for a brief moment to reign with the beast. They will all agree to give him their power and authority. Together they will go to war against the Lamb, but the Lamb will defeat them because he is Lord of all lords and King of all kings, and his called and chosen and faithful ones will be with him. Then the angel said to me, "The waters where the prostitute is ruling represent masses of people of every nation and language. The scarlet beast and his 10 horns all hate the prostitute. They will strip her naked and eat her flesh and burn her remains with fire. For God has put a plan into their minds, a plan that will carry out his purposes. They will agree to give their authority to the scarlet beast, and so the words of God will be fulfilled. And this woman you saw in your vision represents the great city that rules over the kings of the world. That is quite fascinating. People whose names were not written in the book of life before the world began. So God knew before he even created the world who was going to be part of faith in Jesus. Yeah. And I was thinking today about the wrath of God. And some of the stuff we're reading about here in Revelation is quite stomach churning. But I was listening to another podcaster. Name escapes me. But he talks about the long-suffering patience of God, how patient he was with the people of Israel all the times they turned away from him and came back and turned away and came back. So his level of patience is way up here. But when his wrath gets released, it's going to be up here as well. So while God is being patient, it's a very good idea to get on board with Christ. Keep that in mind as we're going through this book of Revelation. You all have a wonderful evening. Hope this video is going to be able to play. God willing, we'll see you tomorrow.